Hello, welcome back to Attorney. Last time we discovered the prosecution had some conclusive evidence, a photo of our client, Will Powers, heading towards the crime scene, the only one who headed towards there in the time frame possible to kill the victim. But Detective Gumshoe didn't seem too pleased about it, so I suspect the evidence is not as conclusive as we are being led to believe. So now the old bag is pissed off, so we're going to examine the computers. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yeah. Okay, let's give it a shot. Give it a try even. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 PM that day. 1 PM. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of security camera. Oh shit. This is that thing I had to remember, isn't it? I think it's SD307. There, entered. Hey, it printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15, 2 PM, photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. So this'll be interesting. Hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yep. We'll put the security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. I was going to say, don't use up all your trump cards outside of court. It's never a good idea to refer your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. It's not crafty. It's clever. You could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? Is that it? That's a short investigation. I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if you had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. Well, that was a very short investigation period. Yeah, as you can probably tell, this series really does evolve as it goes on. If I'd known that was all that was left, I was doing it in the last episode. And then started this in court. Oh, no lobby scene. Straight into court. Gavel. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statements, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 PM on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to your testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. First, I would like to call a familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Gumshoe. Hi, Gumshoe. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. Ah, so this is a map of the place. It's important to grasp the layout of the studios. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 PM on that day. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim jackhammer went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 PM, the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 PM. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 PM. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? Hell no. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Finally, we have that in the court record. Not much to say about it though. Your Honour, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. So no testimony from Gumshoe then? Don't have to cross-examine Gumshoe. Will the witness declare her name? Oh yeah, I remember this. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Edgeworth looks like he's been shot or something. Your name, please. Oh dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Ugh. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. That happened in the last trial with Wright. He had to ask him like 2 or 3 times to say his name. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. It's better my name. See, when I don't got an Oldbag, I'm not really to name as it. I'm not my phone is coming and keep it away. But those is more the kind of chest of junior high. And you're coming about as qualified with question. Objection. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. He didn't seem particularly flattered by your compliment. She's one hell of an old bag. Witness's account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. Well, I had some errands to run that morning. Fuck work, I got shit to do. Anyway, it was 1 PM when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 PM. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. Can anyone else see what we need to do to break through that testimony? I'm going to press everything, because she's a very funny witness, and she has some very funny things. She's a great character. But you should have, knowing how the game works, you should know what we have to present there then. If you know, comment in the comment section right now. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could come into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked still. You need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios who knew out of the guard station? Hold on. If we found his card key in his bag in the dressing room, he couldn't have used it to get into Studio 1 to kill Jack Hammer, could he? Unless Jack Hammer let him in. Oh, okay. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. Hold it! A run through? They were working out a scene between the Still Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. 4 hours early. So Powers was in the dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid back hero. If there was a run through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon? I had shit to do. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Deslam. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammond Palace. Observing, you know. Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you all at the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never miss one in all my years. Wow, I wanted to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being disputing me, Jim, take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. Why wasn't a photo taken of Hammer then? I'm so confused. Why wasn't a photo taken? Unless he was on photo 1. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that, lover. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks, not even a second? Of course. I am professional, you know. Or are you criticising how I do my job? Whippersnapper. No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station, yes. I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper. Snipper. Oh, the wine bangs, isn't it, Nick? Why don't you raise an objection? So, the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Now, the murder happened at 2:30 PM. Right. How did you know that? Oh ho ho, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I've had him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Uh-oh. Poor detective Gumshoe getting chewed up by a security guard. Hold it. 2, you're sure? Sure spit. I haven't heard that before. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You must try something. Bitch, please. No, don't get your schemes all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. Lies. Point. Objection. The slam. Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo or Tokyo. The slam. Miss Oldbag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? Yeah. He doesn't seem convinced. Well, I wonder... True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this school is accusing you of that, Miss Witnesses. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? There's your man. Of course I have proof. What? What? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Oh. Wow, old Windbanger's left even Edger speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. What's gonna happen now? I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? No, I'm not. I'm very, very unhappy. So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Hint as to what you're supposed to do. Hold it! Whippersnapper. Hey, I haven't said anything yet. I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow. The up and up. Youth today, always wondering about each other, pointing fingers at Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think each of us has met his match. That morning, during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Why am I just... I'm reading this like... I'm reading it like it's the first time it's happened or something. He was present at the run through. Well, let's see. There was Powers, who's still samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing. Just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. So she didn't see the run through then. I saw Powers trip and fall. Hold it. Trip and fall. Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the still samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped to make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props, it was a huge mess. He broke a prop. Sure did, his own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily I was there in my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Breaking the shaft. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went into his dressing room with the rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. The slam. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honour? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... Where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking now. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honour? Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows still samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defence is a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, John. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask me twice. The time of poor Ham's death was 2:30 PM, true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. Okay. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there for today. So, today we started the trial. Nothing else really happened. Well, we learned about the weapon and that it was broken early on in the day. We've examined this photo. And that's it. So, come back tomorrow and we'll see where this case leads. We'll go through this Oldbag's testimony, see what we can find out. So, see you next time for more Ace Attorney.